Well, hello, this is Kimberly. It's episode 334, and I am so thankful that you are here today. This is going to be a fun episode. We are going to be talking about one of the biggest questions that I've gotten over the last 26 years, and that is, can I really make money doing what I love? Can I actually build a part-time or full-time career based on a passion that I have? And y'all, you can. There is so much proof around you that you can. But let me say this, it looks a little different for everyone. Okay. Not everyone's path is going to be the same when you pursue your passion or your gift that God has given you. Today, we are going to talk about this. And I am so excited because this is a fun topic. This is what my whole adult life has been based on. And I think that is what is so cool is that you can turn this into years and years of purpose and fulfillment and making an income. And I think it's awesome. Okay. So we're going to talk about all of it. If you are new here, welcome. I'm so glad that you have found this podcast. This podcast exists. I almost said podcat. This podcast exists to give you proof and encouragement and share with you real stories from other women who have built businesses, who have pursued a calling. Maybe they don't have their own business, but they pursued their own calling and they're living such a blessed life because they get to do what they love all of the time. And I want you to know that each week, these episodes are important. They are well thought through and they are here for you so you can gain the encouragement and the wisdom you need to pursue your passion too. So make sure right now you subscribe to this podcast. You don't want to miss out on any future episodes. Everything here that I share, as I said, is curated just for you. So hit subscribe. You want to get notified when I drop new episodes that are going to help you. We've got some great interviews lined up, which I'm super excited about with women with different businesses and, follow ways that they followed their calling. Everyone on here may not have their own business, but they have followed their calling somehow. And I think that's what's really cool. So today we're going to break down the 3 paths that everyone could take. Not everyone will follow the same path, but we're going to break these down so that you can see that, yes, you can make money doing what you love. You can pursue your passion. You can build a career that feels fulfilling and impactful. Okay, so let's start this. And I want to say this too. I left technology sales about, 26, 27 years ago. And it's been one of the best decisions of my life because I was able to stay home with my children. I was able to pursue my passion. I built businesses. For 16 years, I had online gift boutiques. And then 3 years before that, I had a business partner and we did like pop-up shows around Austin, Texas. I've had a photography business that I mixed in with those boutiques. I don't know how I did all this with little kids, but I did. And then I've been coaching women for the past 6 years and I've had this podcast for 6 years. And now I'm really getting to expand the conversation into those that are following a calling, which may mean you're not actually in a business, like you don't own your business. Maybe you work for someone else or that you're building your own business, whatever it is, you're pursuing your passion. And so for me, this has been like my life's work. It's been so fulfilling. It warms my soul, especially this podcast and getting to reach so many of you by just sharing what I know and sharing stories of others. So I want to encourage you with that like it can be a long-term thing. Now, it depends on what stage of life you're in. Some of you are younger. Maybe you've just started a family or maybe your kids are just getting into elementary school and you're like, oh my gosh, I have more time. I don't want to work full time, but I do want to pursue my passion. I want to do something that means something to me and make money doing it, right? And then some of you may have kids that are graduating high school and you're about to be empty nesters and you're like, I want more freedom, which is me. I built my businesses around those seasons of my life. This one is built intentionally for this season of my life. I don't apologize for it. I don't have everything that you should have in a business. I'm not following the rules. I'm following my own dreams and the life that I want, with my family and my husband, and we're in our 50s, and season of life is a real thing, and you have to build your business around yours, right? So the good news is you don't have to follow any rules, and you can curate what you do with your passion in any way that you want to, right? So today, we're going to talk about the three paths that are offered to you that you can figure out what works best for you. And I think when you hear these, one of them is going to resonate with you the most. I really do. I think one will resonate. And what I want you to know is that each of these are possible. Each can be part time, they can be full time, they can be very, what do they say now with everything? Microdosing. So this can be like micro business. Like literally, no one is judging you but you. You can do whatever you want with your business, okay? Or with your career if you're following a calling to do something amazing with your gifts, okay? So here we go. We're going to talk about the three paths, and I hope that you will be enlightened and realize that there is a way for you and there is a path for you. So let's start with the first path. I think this is what some people need to do in the beginning. Okay. Number one, it's to get more educated or more skilled with your passion. So let's say you want to become an interior designer. You've always wanted to be an interior designer, but you don't have like any kind of certification. You've never really done it, but it's something that you love. Maybe it's been a hobby, but you're like, you know what? I want to get certified in this. I want to get more educated. Or maybe it's like a graphic designer and you want to get certifications and you want to learn more. You can take classes online, you can take classes locally. This is a great option if you are getting started with your passion and you don't feel like you have enough knowledge to actually start making money yet. Okay. So you get skilled first. Okay. So this is a good idea. This is a really good idea. It's something that you can do part time and it will build your confidence because a lot of you have this passion that hasn't been honed yet and you want to be smart about it and you want to feel confident that you know enough and you could actually help people. For some things, it doesn't take very long, it could take a few months, it could take a year. But I think a lot of you can probably get trained and get more skills in a very reasonable amount of time. So if you've had a passion for something that you've never really done, the first step is to get skilled in that so you're actually good at it. Now, the only thing that I could see that you may not need to get trained on is, let's say you're going to resell other people's products and say you want to sell online like I did. I don't know that you really need to get trained for that. I think that's pretty straightforward. But if you are some kind of service provider, you are a hairstylist, esthetician, you want to be some type of coach, as I said, some type of designer, or something that needs some kind of certification, a health coach, something like that, I think getting skilled is very smart, okay, for you. And you could also do it for yourself. Maybe this passion that you've had, you've already been working on yourself. Like I know health coaches that have been making a transformation in their personal lives themselves with their health, and they have been getting educated themselves. And they may just need some kind of little certification or class to feel confident, to know what they're talking about, and to make sure that they can actually help people and not just like give random opinions about things. Like they actually have a trade or a skill or a certification, something like that. Okay. So you can get more skilled in your gift. That is the first option. So, how do you feel when I say that? Do you say, yeah, I actually do want to get more skilled? Or, I'm skilled. I've been doing this a long time. I've already been doing this. I don't think I need to get more skilled. I think I'm ready to roll. What is your feeling? Okay. So, if so, you can move on to number two. Number two, this is an option for you. You can go work for someone that is already doing this well. Maybe there's a local business. Like if you want to be a landscape designer, go work for a landscape company. If you want to be a designer, go work for another big designer in your area. Whatever it is, if there is some type of business that does some kind of coaching, if you're a health coach, something like that, you could work part time for them. And remember, this is going to get to be whatever you want it to be, part time, just a few hours a week. It could be anything. that you want it to be, or it could be starting to work full time and really hone in and lock in, right? You could totally lock in and work for somebody. Now, you will have a boss. You will be expected to do things their way. You're not going to have as much freedom. But here's the good news: you can do this for years on out. You can work for someone else. Now, some people I've known that have followed a calling work somewhere where they're the only one doing that. Like, there was someone I met, she worked for, or she actually still works for a dorm at the University of Texas. And I was just so impressed by her. And she's like basically the house mom, but she was running stuff and taking me on tours and doing all that. I thought she was amazing. I think this is her calling. She was talking about how much she loves the girls and the stuff that she does with them, talks to them in private when they need help, has prayed with them, all this. Like, I was floored. I didn't know this existed, and I just thought it was the greatest thing. So you can be the go to person for something or be the person working for another business or a company. And that's what you can do. And it will be so fulfilling. It will be so amazing. Or you can do it with the idea that maybe there's something you want to branch off and do on your own. So you kind of have two choices with this one when you work for someone else, is with that in mind, that you want to stay working for this company or business, or that you want to someday own your own business doing this. So you're kind of have two choices within this second big choice. It's like choice A or B. A, to stay there for a long time, or B, to maybe look at or consider starting your own business from this education that you're getting working for them. But the education that you're going to get from the hands-on work is invaluable, even if you only did it for 6 months or a year, right? You could do it for a limited amount of time, but you can learn so much and you have income. So you have to think about your financial situation. Is it really, really important that you have some type of income? And if it is, working for someone else in your niche, in your industry is awesome. It's an awesome way to get going. Like, let's say you want to be an interior designer and you could do this. Okay, this is just an example. You could be getting skilled and getting some type of certifications. I don't know what they call it for interior designers, but you could get some kind of certifications, and you could also be working for someone at the same time. You could be working at a similar type of business, like a lamp store or some kind of furniture store or a rug store, or paint store. You could be getting used to that world at the same time, but working for someone else. Does that make sense? Then you could see if you actually like this industry and you want to do that. Okay. So again, the first one is upping your skills if you need to do that so you gain more confidence and knowledge. Number two is you could work for someone else and get paid while you do it, while you get educated. I think this is a very smart move. If you're providing some type of service, some type of coaching, hairstylist, esthetician, all that, what could you be doing? Could you work at a salon part of the time and then also be getting your licenses and all that? Is that what they call it for hairstylists? Like your licenses. Okay. So there's that. And you could be doing both at the same time or just one and then the other. Okay. So number three, if you've got a passion and you already know about it, you feel like you can already help people right now, you can start your own business and you can do it on your own time, in your own way. But here's the deal: you are most likely not going to make that much money the first year and maybe even the second year. This is totally common. People I work with, obviously, everyone wants to make as much money as you can. It depends on your industry, right? And if it's inexpensive stuff or expensive. But in general, business owners don't make much their first year or two. They just don't. There's all these costs. You may have to be, getting supplies. You may be not charging as much as you're going to charge in the future because you're just trying to get practice, right? So starting your business, again, can be part-time. It can be full-time. It can be an Etsy store. It can be your own website. Heck, if you really needed to, you could kind of sell on like eBay or one of those. I don't recommend it. I think Etsy is the way to go. I think you could start out on Etsy if it's a product business. If you're going to be a coach or a service provider and you're ready to start helping people, family members, anybody. So you can start, putting together your method or your process and start helping them. But starting your own business is a way to go. Now, what comes to mind is like people that are hairstylists, estheticians, makeup artists. You can start your business, but the stress of getting a solid booking of clients is a lot. So many of them work for someone else first, and I highly recommend that if you're in that kind of line of business, right? If you're doing something like that that you're passionate about, I would learn from others that are fantastic at it. But starting your own business, if you already know what you're doing, like me for coaching, I took some courses and I took some group programs and I worked with a coach on how to be a coach, teaching the knowledge that I already had. So I already had all the knowledge. I just didn't know how to like package it and how to coach people. And so I did that right at the beginning when I started this business. And I started before I even opened this business. And when I opened, I was kind of ready to go. It was scary, but I was ready to go. Right. And so you can do that. Go all in. You're your own boss, set your own time, make as little money as you need to. There's no stress. Nobody's breathing down your throat. But it is awesome, awesome, awesome to build your own business. But again, the money may not be there. So you have to be prepared for that. You either have to have savings, you have an agreement with your spouse or whoever that you're just not going to have the money coming in. Who knows? Maybe you'll go gangbusters and it'll all be good. You don't have any inventory and you just start out simple and you start helping people. I have taught that to others in the past. If you're a service provider, it's actually kind of easy because you can just get going, charge a lower rate, and start doing what you're doing and start building a network. So you can do that. Know that you can do that and learn on the fly and go. It's just you got to know the pros and cons. So to me, these are the three paths. Deciding now if you want to pursue your passion, do you need to get more skilled? What do you need to do? Do you need any education? Do you need to read books? Do you need to watch YouTube? Do you need to get certifications, licenses? What do you need? Number two, you can work for someone else, which I think is hands-on awesome because you are getting, again, hands-on education and you are learning there from someone else who knows this business. It will cut your learning curve in half and you'll get to know if you love this industry or not. Number three is starting your own business. It's amazing. Some businesses, it costs a lot to get started. Some it doesn't, cost that much. I always try to help clients start with the least amount of output of money as possible and just kind of get going and start building the network off what they already have, family, friends, and get going and start helping people. You can do an Etsy store. You can do your own website. You can just start offering services. Heck, you could just post on Instagram and say, I'm doing this. You could post in local Facebook groups and say, I'm doing this, and you can do it. So which one of those three feels good to you? Does one feel right to you? I think you probably know today. And I think that gives you a start right there. Because if you know I need to get more skilled, you investigate all the licenses and get going on that today. If you want to work for somebody, start investigating in your area, the top ones in your area, and see if you can get a part-time job, internship, something to work with them, right? Or number three, you can start your business. I have all kinds of information on that on my website and on this podcast. The first 320, was it 324? I think it's 324 episodes are all about starting your own product or service business, right? But again, this podcast is sharing all kinds of information with you on how to pursue your passion. And I've got some great things coming. Like if you are not starting a business, but you still want to pursue your passion, I want you to hear from other people on how they've done it because I think it's super encouraging, especially like if you're in the beauty industry or hairstylist or whatever, esthetician, makeup artist, things like that doesn't quite fit into the business category, but you're sort of kind of running your own business because you're building clients. And so I get that. And to me, you're following a calling. When you're doing that, that's something that you've loved, I'm sure, your whole life. And I think it's amazing. So anyways, that's it. That is it. You work through those three. That gives you your start right there. I'm so excited for you. I'm telling you, there's nothing better than using your God-given gifts and your passions to create something all your own and go for it and do it and make a difference in this world. I think it's awesome. I'm so happy for you and you're amazing. So I'm so happy you're here. That's it. Y'all have a great day. And until next time, bye now.
Now, this episode may be over, but our relationship does not have to end here. Head on over to KimberlyBrock.com And yes, you can get more valuable information for your journey. And you know what? You don't need to go through this alone. I would love to help you. Thank you so much and have a great day. Bye.